Hello, I am Ray Salisbury from New Zealand, home to 5 million people and 25 million sheep, with some of the most breathtaking landscapes on the planet. I've spent my life trying to capture this beautiful country on camera. I'm now a semi-pro photographer. Whenever we get the chance, my wife and I escape on a road trip along the coast. Or we head into the hills on a hiking expedition. We love it. But where is your photography right now? On the continuum from novice to world famous legend, where are you? Are you a total beginner, an intermediate, advanced, or a total professional? I've got bad news. You are not going to get any better. That is, unless you invest some time, money, and effort into your photography. As the saying goes, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. The vast majority of photographers do not take the necessary steps to improve. But you are not the vast majority, are you? No, you can make the change. Here's the good news. To evolve as a photographer, you only need 3 critical factors. You need the right equipment, education, and empathy. Firstly, equipment. Obviously, you'll need a camera and lens, plus a few accessories. Secondly, education. You'll need to understand how to use your camera and gear. You will also need a knowledge of composition and an understanding of how light works. Thirdly, empathy or encouragement. You need the motivation to get off your bum and practice your craft. We could call this hands, head, and heart. I'll tell you a story relating to this. Way back last century, I studied photography at art school. But in those bad old days, it was 80% chemistry and math, and only about 10% creativity. The technical terminology was difficult to comprehend. The tutors were just talking heads. As a high achiever, I strived for excellence. No shortage of motivation here. But my SLR camera was fully manual, so it took ages to get the right settings. My tripod was flimsy, and I couldn't afford the rolls and rolls of film, never mind the processing costs. It was an expensive hobby. In my enthusiasm, I even entered competitions, but was inevitably disappointed. So I spent decades snapping photos that were at best average. Long story short, photography took a back seat while I invested time and money into other pursuits. Hobbies where I could guarantee results. Henry Cartier-Bresson once remarked, "Your first 10,000 photos will be your worst." I think he was referring to me. Can you relate? Is your photography stuck in a rut of indifference or drowning in an ocean of mediocrity? One day in 2008, everything changed. I bought my first DSLR. It was an entry-level Sony, cost me about $2,000, and it really did motivate me to try harder. My photos didn't suddenly get better, only bigger. Instead of 8 megapixels, now my images were 14 megapixels. What really moved the needle for me was education. I began reading, learning, hungry to fill that knowledge gap. Photography became a priority, a passion. I got all my ducks in a row. My photos won national competitions. My photos got published. They sold on stock image libraries. I was asked to speak and share my expertise. I began teaching clients one-to-one and in night classes. Now today, thousands of students have enrolled in my online classes, and I get great pleasure in seeing their progress. Hey, thanks for joining me in this journey. Meantime, can you answer this quick question? Tell me your biggest frustration in improving your photography. Like, what would really move the needle for you? See you in the next video.